All right, so welcome to part 4 in the free course of the 7 best ways to actually generate more seller leads and listing leads for your real estate business. Now, in this video, I'm actually going to run you through our exact seller ebook campaign, otherwise known as a free value ebook or free value resource campaign. And basically, this is a campaign that we want to advertise directly on social media for someone to get instantly downloadable, valuable resource that they can download straight away. And then we can follow up those inquiries to actually get in more doors. And these are great because we can have a specific resource that's branded for the agent specifically, and that is going to help position them as a market leader in the area. And it's a resource that's specifically targeted to people that are looking to sell. So it could be a seller's guide, the best ways they can increase the value of their property, a home staging guide, something like this can work really well. And it just depends on what you really have a skill set in as an agent, because that's really where we want to focus that resource on and then brand it around that and then use it as a downloadable guide that they can get access to. But in today's video, I'm really just going to run you through exactly how to set this up for yourself and how it actually works. And I'll actually even provide you with the exact ebook template that you can use if you don't already have some kind of resource that someone can get access to. So let's get to it and check out exactly how to build that out. Moving on to strategy 4, which is our free value ebook campaigns. This is super similar to the instant report campaigns that we went over in LeadGen strategy 3 as part of this guide. Now, the difference is we're giving them an ebook on how they can increase the value of their home or provide or increase or make it more stress-free for them, the process of selling their home, or what that process looks like. That's pretty much the value that we're providing them in this strategy, but very similar because they're still getting that instantly downloadable resource, which is this ebook, this free ebook that we're giving them. So as I mentioned, the approach to setting up one of these in the ads manager is virtually identical to how we set up our suburb report campaign as mentioned in the strategy above. And so in this example, and the one that we're going to actually give, I'm actually going to give this to you, is our 7 simple hacks to increase your home's value ebook. Again, when we come in and work with our partners' businesses, we've got lots of different resources. We can create specific ones for that client, and everything will be work with people one-to-one. But this one that I'm going to give you is proven to work. It's a template that you can use out of the gate as well. And this strategy works really well, particularly if your goal as an agent is to become the market leader in your area, because realistically, the way to do that is to constantly be top of mind in your market and to be able to provide more value to prospective vendors than any other agent. So providing free resources without asking for anything immediately in return is going to do that in a hyper effective way. So we can then follow up with everyone who downloaded the instant ebook or guide, and we can find out what their motivation was to download the ebook and learn more about the market. And obviously that's going to lend itself to being able to get our foot in the door once we're following up on people that are getting this guide. And obviously the guide's very targeted to someone that is potentially in the market or potentially looking to sell or looking to sell in the future or playing around with the idea of selling their home, right? So again, similar to with the dynamic suburb reports, an automated delivery system as well as some kind of follow-up nurturing process is going to be used to further increase our return on our ad spend. So how much we're making back from the money we're spending on ads. So when running these ads, as with the suburb report campaigns, we really want to be making sure we have a delivery system to email the guide to them even after they're supposed to have downloaded it, to make sure they get it. It doesn't get lost after they just open it up in their browser by clicking the download button on that lead form. And following up a few times and getting additional buy-in from sending them different content we can do as well. In some cases, we can even use AI in our workflows to help us book more appointments and do back and forth without an agent even being involved. And again, that's outside of the scope of this guide. And that's going to take a lot of time to really go into. We can see an example here of an automated delivery and follow-up system for this 7 hacks ebook process, one that we set up for one of our clients. So for the ad setup, we can do pretty much identical to how we set up the other social media campaigns are pretty much identical to how we're actually setting up our suburb report campaigns, with just using different ad copy here and different creative. So we've got our different creative here. We can go in here and we can, you can edit this template for the new design. So click that button, and then we've also got an ebook template that you can use. So we've got our ebook template, use template for new design. So basically giving you all the resources that you can use off the bat. So it's all linked in here, and the ad copy that we can actually use, and the same budget's going to apply as with the dynamic suburb report campaign. We recommend a minimum of $20 to $33 a day for best results, and the lead costs are going to depend on that market. We see around $5 to $30 per lead as well. So again, we're going to link that to the thank you page, and this is going to enable us to set up this campaign. So let's go through and set that up. Again, it's going to be pretty much the same. In fact, I'm actually going to go in here because this is our suburb report campaign that we set up before. We can see we had on the campaign level. So obviously I'm just going to, so what I'm going to do to create this is I'm actually just going to duplicate it. So this is what you should do to make it easier and quicker for yourself setting up new campaigns. If you already have existing campaigns, is just duplicate. So yeah, number of copies 1, duplicate. So I just selected that duplicate button. Now here I'm just going to call it 7 hacks campaign. And I normally put the date just so I know when I launched it. So cool. Yep, got the daily budget. That's going to be the same. At least spending $1,000 a month, especially if I'm in a metropolitan area. But obviously depends on what KPIs we're seeing. Now from here we can go to so obviously we've got lead selected, campaign budgets turned on, and we've got the budget inside of here on the campaign level. Then we're going to be able to move on to our ad set level. So we've got our ad set here. So there's Paradise, Main Beach, and Southport. These are the same areas that we want to target. So for here on the ad set level, we've got this particular area. So we've got the specific suburb. I've named it that specific suburb. And it got instant forms. We've got the page selected, maximize number of leads, page selected, and if you can change the schedule however you want it. And then we've got our audience control with the location. So this is really the part we want to change when we're targeting for real estate specifically. We can see again, this is targeting Surfers Paradise. So we go in here, click drop pin, put that on Surfers Paradise, and set so in this case, 1 kilometer pretty much covers most of Surfers Paradise. I'm going to keep it like that. Scroll down, Advantage Plus placements, and that's our ad set level. And we can do the same for our other suburbs. Again, just go through, search the particular suburb you want to target, and then we can actually drop a pin for that and set whatever radius we want. That's my way of setting up the ads in that sense. And generally, because I'm targeting Gold Coast, the audience sizes are pretty large as well. Generally, we want to get this, at least being a few thousand people. Obviously, we have no issue in terms of population size here. So that's going to work fine. And then we can do the same across our other ad sets. Obviously, I've just duplicated these. The audience level is going to be the same when we're duplicating. If we want to target the same areas and we want to segment it on a suburb level like I have here. So from here, we can just go through and just change the specific ads that we're running, right? So I'm just going to go Surfers, and I'm going to use our new template. So this is the template that we got here. Just going to duplicate that. And 7 hacks. I'm really just going to change this again to our branding, just to keep it simple so you can see what that looks like. And then I can change no, that's not what I want. I can change that. Change that image on the background. And just want to change the image on the background. So just make sure you select the correct thing, because you can see I'm just putting that just so I have something there. Again, you would really want to do this a bit better than I am. But yeah, basically, I'm just going to send that to back and then put that over the top. And there's our ebook. And obviously, yeah, you can do this slightly different, but this is the creative I'm using. And then I'm going to create a separate variation, slightly different colors again. And again, I'm not spending a huge amount of time on this. You'd really want to be doing it a little bit more sophisticated than what I'm doing. But this is just, you know, as an example. So I have two different variations here that I can use on the ads. And then go here, download these. So yeah, use those templates, download the new versions that you've created for yourself. And now we've got those creatives ready to go. We can now go in and we can plug this into our ads. Now, in this case, that it doesn't even say the specific suburb on it. You can customize these, so it says, you know, the suburb on it as well, and you make them suburb specific. These literally just say 7 hacks to increase your property's value. So I can pretty much use these variations on all of the ads. So I can delete that. Add image. I'm going to upload those two new ones that I just created. All right. So in this case, I just brought up the Finder on my computer so I can find the ones that I just downloaded in downloads. So I've got them here. So I'm just going to drag them in, which you can do as well to upload creatives. And cool. Now I can use my first one. And set to original on the crop. And cool. Now we got that. And we're just going to change the ad copy as well. So I want to change, see how all of these have, so these ones here, I can just click on both of them together, change the ad copy. So I'm just going to go here. We're going to grab our ad copy that we use for this particular ad. Homeowners, cool. And then our increase your property value, and then 7 hacks to increase your property value in the description. We're just pasting them into there. You can keep learn more call to action. You can also use the download call to action. That's totally up to you. And then we can change our lead form. I'm going to change the lead form for all of them, so I'm going to come back and do that because I'll need to duplicate that because they all have pretty much the same one. But I obviously have only done that for there, so I'm going to have to go in there. Actually, I might do this here. If I can change, you can also edit each ad. In this case, I'm going to delete that. So I've highlighted these add tos because they're all going to be the orange one. And I just want to do it quicker. So this is why I'm just using the tools available to me to do so. So I've gone there. These are all orange. I'll make this one the blue one. Original. Done. And then again, I'm going to make these. I'm going to go here. So I need to change that ad copy for all of those ads, the remaining ads as well. Grab the headline. I'm just copy and pasting this from the Surfers one because it's very similar. That didn't copy. Yeah, that's better. Then we got our description here. Change the description. And now all we need to do on these is I'm just going to highlight the main beach ones, and I'm just going to change the name, the suburb, because we just copied and pasted it across and duplicated multiple at a time just by holding. I just hold the command key. You can use the control key if you're on PC as well, and we can see now that's saying main beach on it. And then for here, I'm just going to change this to Southport. Because again, the creative's the same. It still says 7 hacks, so we don't need to make that since those creatives aren't suburb specific. And now I've created all my ads like that. That's really as fast as it can be done, especially when we have existing campaigns that we've used in the past with similar targeting, similar features. We just sub out a few things and we can go from there. Now I'm going to select all my ads. So we can now create the form for this ad. So I'm going to copy this from our suburb report form that we already had from before. And I'm going to call this our 7 hacks ebook form. More volume, that's correct. We can skip the intro, go to the questions. How soon are you looking to sell? So set up a multiple choice question here, multiple choice in the custom questions. How soon are you looking to sell as the question with answers now, 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, 12 months plus, just curious. And then we can, and again, you don't have to have the custom form question. Sometimes you don't need the time frame. If you want to get more leads, you can just omit that completely. But I'm going to have it there, and then I'm just going to say, fill in your details to get access to the 7 hacks guide or fill in your details and we'll send you the guide and we'll shoot you over the guide. So this is where if you have like email and SMS on the back end that actually emails them or text messages them a link to the guide after they complete the form, as well as having it on the thank you page of the form. This is super valuable, and you'll get higher conversions too, and people that would just respond back to the emails and the text messages. But again, outside the scope of this, so I'm just going to go through that. Make sure you select your pre-fill questions, full name, street address, email, phone number. So obviously we can add that in here in the contact fields. You'll be able to find them in the categories there. Privacy policy, link that to the privacy policy on your website, paste it in there. Just call the link text privacy policy. And then we get to the actual thank you page, which we can see here. Thanks, you're here. I'm just going to, thanks, you're all set. So you can say that for the headline, description. Just click download to get your instant copy today. So that's going to be pretty much exactly the same. And then we can actually link in our report. So obviously I've got my report here, so I can just go in here. I can edit this how I want it, change the company name. So you can go in there, change all the coloring, however you like, if you really want to customize this. And then link this. This is actually a custom link. So you just change the link here and make it link to, if you have a get a calendar page on your website or get your property worth opt-in form on your website, then you can link that in the ebook, and then they can actually click on that link in the ebook on their computer and it's going to take them there, right? So that's super cool. But I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to download this as a standard PDF. Obviously I haven't actually edited it, but you can go through, make whatever adjustments you want with that template, because these templates are just here. You can use them. I'm giving them to you. So here, download, call to action test, that will still be the same. And then I'm going to import that 7 simple. Yeah, so then I need to find it, 7 simple. All right, so I think one of these, yeah, so this is it here, the one that I just created, right? So I'm just going to import that, create form. There's my new form, and now this ad's ready to publish. Make sure you just go through double check, make sure this is all set up correctly. You've got the targeting correct. You're not targeting all of Australia or something like that, or all of your country. And that is how to set up one of these ebook campaigns. Obviously, you can use any ebook that you want and just link it on the form. Just the creative's going to have to change. You can play around with the creatives, get a designer in, whatever you want to do. But we know this creative here does convert. It's a direct response creative, so it works. But yeah, that is how to set up the fourth strategy here with the ebook campaigns, and hopefully that all makes sense. And I will see you in the next video on the next strategy.